Hello and welcome to the channel, guys. Merry Christmas. How is everybody doing today? Wow, we already got quite a few people here on stream. This is awesome. Today we are going to watch indeed some Star Citizen. The Iraq Club went to the Pyro system, guys, and so this live stream is going to show everything that we did. I'm going to put the highlights on YouTube as well, so if you're not on Twitch, you'll see the highlights on YouTube. But yeah, this is something that I've been looking forward to doing for a very long time. Going with the boys of the club here, getting a crew. Yo, Reagan 972, how are you doing today? Getting a crew with the boys, getting a Polaris, getting some fighters, and just make some money. Merry Christmas, Dirty versus Gary, SWG Harry. How are you doing today? So that's what we did. There was myself, of course. Deplorable Infidel was there. Zeo Crusher was there. Shadow Rise. Gruff was here as well, so we were very happy to see Gruff. Drew Boogie was here as well. And if I forgot, and I think Let's Go Easy, no, Let's Go Easy wasn't there. Anyway, of course, first thing that we do when we have a Polaris is to set our respawn point in the Polaris. Accidents may happen. There's Zero Crusher there with another F7 landing here in the hangar. We can easily put two F7s in the hangar, as you can see, but we were able to put a couple of other ships in the cargo bay, like a Pisces here, which is flown by our buddy Deplorable Infidel. I wasn't sure if we could put a Pisces. I mean, we know that a Fury can definitely go inside, but what about the Pisces, right? It's a little bit bigger than the Fury, and yes, it fits, as you can see, and we can even put the landing gear inside, as it's going to do right now. Oh, don't bang the top of the ship on the ceiling. And look at this nice and smooth landing. We can even put an MPUV as well. I've managed to put an MPUV. So we've got some store all boxes because we expect to loot, we expect to kill people, and so we are going to take their boxes. Unfortunately, I was not able to use my tractor beam for some reason, so it didn't work. Now that's okay. Let's see if I can interact and close the door right there. It also doesn't work, so I guess I'm gonna have to rely on other people to do that. That's very strange here. So next, time to go into a turret. I was going to the cabin crew, the habitation module, which is not really good if you want to be fighting, because of course the captain Shadow Rise was telling us to go to our manned station as we were going to enter. Jump there. Yo, Deplorable Infidel is here. We were talking about you, Deplorable. Merry Christmas. I saw your picture in the Iraq Club Discord. Nice pieces of meat. I hope you enjoyed your dinner, but raw like that, it already looked delicious. So there we go, Shadow Rise leaving Everest Harbor. This was our starting point. We figured out that it was actually better to start at a landing zone with a Polaris, right? The docking colors are still not working so well in Star Citizen Alpha 4.0. So if you have a Polaris, you're gonna start a crew here. It's don't take any chances. Just get your Polaris at a landing zone. Grimex also works quite well, I noticed. Maybe one day we'll start at Grimex too, since all you need is an extra large hangar, right? And so here we go. We just arrived at the Pyro gateway area, where we are going to be jumping to the Pyro system. Some of the crew members here were jumping to Pyro in live for the first time, so awesome as well. Who was there? I forgot who was in the Cutlass here. I think it was Hamitron, but I'm not so sure. Oh, Parker, it was Parker. Now I remember, it was Parker. Sorry, Parker, I forgot your name earlier. Alright, so Parker just joined us here. He's going to abandon his Cutlass, and he'll be joining the crew. There's no room for the Cutlass anyway. I wonder if the Polaris can fit a Vulture, though. That could be interesting, because there are lots of wrecks in the Pyro system. Lots of wrecks caused by us, so if we have a Vulture, we could get the RMC, and that put all of the RMC in the cargo hold of the Polaris as well. So that could also be an extra option to make additional money, right? We don't always have $1 million alpha UEC to spend on drugs, so maybe we can instead spend that money in spend that time in a vulture, get the RMC, put it in the cargo bay, and protect the vulture with the Polaris or maybe some snub fighters that we would have had, right? Anyway, Shadow Rise now is getting ready. It is going to squirt that quantum fuel, and it's going to go straight into the jump hole, which is going to open very soon. There we go. Come on, Shadow Rise, almost there. I think that we got a little bit too close. Yeah. So we have to back out a little bit. Yeah, that's a problem with the... And it's not a problem, it's our fault, right? We need to be a little bit more careful with the jump point. When you're a little bit too close, it's going to push you away. So make sure that you don't come in too fast when you go into a jump point. So now we're making our way once again. And we should be able to go in very soon. That's what she said. Diplo. Diplo, I'm going to give you a spoiler. I'm writing a new song now for E-Ride Music, and I have managed to place your favorite quote. There you go, there's the squirt. I have managed to place your favorite quote in the lyrics of a new song that I'm going to be making on E-Ride Music, so I hope you like this one. Alright, the hole is open, and we are going to go inside. Getting a little bit closer here, and we are in. Now, first time going to Pyro with a Polaris. I'm not sure if it's very easy to fly here. I think Shadow Rise also said it was the first time going with a Polaris to the Pyro system. So not really a ship that's very easy to maneuver. He said he wasn't feeling very comfortable flying the ship, but he's doing really alright so far, surfing a little bit here on the edge of the jump hole here, but so far so good. We are following a little Corsair here. It's really interesting to see how tiny that Corsair looks compared to our massive Polaris. I love that we can see also, you know, the other ships that are going inside. I think the guy in the Corsair didn't know how to open the jump hole and was just waiting for us to do that, which is okay. Gives us cool visuals here. Looks like we have entered the Pyro system now because the jump hole, the tunnel has changed color. It's not blue anymore, it's red or orange, and very soon we'll be able to of course evade a couple of obstacles here. Dirty says bigger ships seems a little bit easier to navigate the jump compared to smaller ships in his opinion. Yeah, they are a little bit more stable, I noticed. What is the smallest ship I've used? I think the smallest ship I've used was a Zeus, and yeah, it was not really easy to maneuver a Zeus in the jump hole. Dirty SVG Harry. I'll just call you Harry from now on. Alright, and here we go. We are now in the Pyro system. Enjoying the view, which is of course very different compared to what we know in the Titan system. Completely different views, and our destination is of course Bloom, which is the third planet in the Pyro system. Pyro 3 is therefore where we're going. And the reason why we're going to Pyro 3 is because I'm making a spreadsheet. I'm telling you guys in the chat. I haven't told people on YouTube yet, but I'm telling you guys in the chat. I've made a spreadsheet. I'm going to every location possible in the game that has a trade commodity terminal, so that I know exactly where to go. People say, oh yeah, but they are third-party websites. I don't want to rely on third-parties website. I want to do it myself because I want to visualize everything on a spreadsheet, right? And so that's why I know that if we go to the Golden Riviera, which is where we're going, we're flying by night, of course. It's the E-Ride Club. We always do that. If we go to the Golden Riviera, I know here that people are going to be buying drugs at a cheap price. Not the cheapest in the Pyro system. There's a station in which it's even cheaper, but still the second cheapest spot that I've noticed in the Pyro system. And if we sell, I think it was the ETAM, right? If we sell the ETAM at some of the junkyards in the Titan system, we can make a profit of about 35%. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And people who know that, they will come here. And so they're going to be buying some stuff that we can buy there. So we thought that maybe we could have a crew on the ground waiting for people to come down there. We're gonna wait for the freight elevator to have stuff on it, and once Once the containers are on the freight elevator, we come out, we shoot the guys, and we take their cargo. That was our plan, because that's what you should do in the Pyro system. And well, that's what you're going to see, what is going to happen, right? So first off, we were surprised to see that there were NPCs above the Golden Riviera, right? Who were these NPCs? We didn't know. We just figured out that they were hostile, so we decided to fight back, right? So already we got a little bit of action here, we got a little bit of fun. We didn't make any money here because there's no call to arms here in the Pyro system, of course. But that being said, it was pretty awesome. So yeah, using the guns here in the Polaris, Shadow Rise being the captain, and all the guns were taken. We had guns on each side. Not the front one with the ballistics. We didn't want to waste them on little fighters there. It said 9 tails when we showed up. Now that's really interesting. Could have been the 9 tails here, but I think it's a bug, Diplo, because this location here belongs to the headhunters, and the 9 tails are not reported to have a presence in the Pyro system. At least they're supposed to be around the Grimex. That's their location, but could be. Maybe they're trying to do an incursion. Maybe these guys are 9 tails, right? Maybe these guys are 9 tails and they're trying to attack the headhunters. That could be a possibility as well. A bit of exterior view. This looks so cool. I love this. We have like a nice exterior view of the Polaris. All the guns are firing here. There is really nothing like being in the Multicrew and just shooting stuff up here with turrets. This is really cool. And very quickly here, the Polaris has become one of my favorite ships to be in Star Citizen. I still like the Carrack. I like the Hammerhead, but the Polaris is the flagship for any orcs to have, right? Of course, some people are gonna have later an Idris. We've got some people in the right club. We've got a Javelin, sure, right? I'm not sure taking a Javelin to Pyro is going to be very profitable, given all the fuel that it's going to be consuming. But at least it's definitely going to be fun. But already sometimes it felt like going to Pyro with the Polaris felt a little bit overkill. I don't know what you thought, Diplo. But you know, overkill is cool, right? It was a lot of fun. So we are going to take the Pisces and go on the ground, and we don't need all those boxes in the Pisces. So I'm going to remove a couple of them here. Let's see. Let's put them away right there. I'll put them on the side. And oh, Diplo, what happened to you? Diplo just fell. Let's have a little replay here of Diplo. Slow motion here. Let's have a look at Diplo Fidel. Absolutely on his own, tripping on the ramp of his Pisces on his own, the legs in the air. Oh, that's literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Hey, Uber Metro, how are you doing, man? Just walking there. Now, Deplorable is going to give us his truth here in the chat, which, as the footage shows, whatever you say, Diplo, as the footage shows, you are wrong. You just fell on your own. We all saw that. Oh, I swear, when I edited the footage and I saw that, I laughed so much. My wife was like, "Why are you laughing so much?" I think no, I totally did not try to kill him. You saw he fell on his own, right? It was totally not my box. I did not even touch him. Like, he was just walking by and then see, Diplo, looks like Harry here, he's taking your side. See? You right 100% clip me with my own storage box. Anyway, it was fun. No, but okay, let's be a bit more serious now. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt. Nobody died, right? We did not even use any med pen So it's all good in the end. It's all a lot of fun, right? So, we were the Pisces. We landed just outside the Golden Riviera, me and Diplo, and we shut down the Pisces. The Polaris is up in the air, so that we can be a little bit more discreet. The Polaris looks like it's just going away. That's what it looks like. And eventually, we are going to be waiting for people to come. So far, we are reconning here, see if anyone's there. That light over there in the back is very annoying because it could make us a little bit more seen here. But then a ship came. Now, it was not much. It was an Avenger, so not that exciting. But at this location, in addition to ETA, Maltoxin, I think Slam also, I forgot, I don't have my spreadsheet here. You can also buy Osnian hides. Now, one box of Osnian hides is worth here 400,000 Alpha UEC. That means that you can easily put one box of Osnian hides inside that Avenger. Any ship that comes at this location is potentially a target because they can buy the Osnian hides. Osnian hides, which can be sold for 440,000 Alpha UEC at a junkyard in the standard system. So it's just a profit of 10%, but still, it's 400,000 Alpha UEC in one box, one SCU. Right, so that's definitely something that we want to do there. So just checking what he's doing, where he's going. We're just waiting for him to open the cargo elevator and bring in some cargo. He did lower the cargo elevator, so that indicated us that he wanted to get some cargo. But after that, we just didn't see him. And look at me and Diplo here. We're looking like two stooges behind that rock. Just waiting behind the rock. It's just like, where is the guy? Where is he going? But then another ship came. So that's where we were glad to be, behind that rock. The problem was that that ship here, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was trying to see if there were anyone down there, or he was trying to see where the owner of that other ship was in that little Avenger. But we were so scared that we'd get caught here. So that's why we're just running around that rock. It's like, come on, don't see us, don't see us. Because if he had seen us hiding behind that rock, first, it would have looked very suspicious. Second, it's the Pyro system. So if you see something suspicious in the Pyro system, just shoot, right? So we were, me and Diplo here behind that rock in a rather precarious situation. But luckily, he did not see us. And so he then landed right next to the freight elevator. Has he landed yet? Let's check. No, he has not landed yet, but he's about to. So me and Diplo, we're still hiding. We're still making sure that we are not seen there. And we're going to have to wait for him to do his move. There we go. He landed his Zeus right there. Pretty close to the freight elevator, so that's also... Oh, no, not landed yet. Oh, he's going to position the Zeus a little bit better. Here, moving in here toward the back. Here we go. And there we go. Not beautifully landed now. Alright, so when you land near a freight elevator, usually it's quite suspicious. Usually it means you want to use that freight elevator, right? And so, let's just keep on observing here what's going on. I know it's not very sexy here on live stream, right? You got me and Diplo just looking at the rock, but we're trying to also see what's going on there. We're trying to see without being seen. Right, that's the thing. Well, at the same time, remember that the guys in the Polaris are 30 kilometers away, trying to look discreet, trying to totally not look suspicious. Like we told the guys, I told Shadow Rise, try to pretend like you're going away, you know, so people are not scared of you. But yeah, this is how we look like behind that rock. But there you go. You can see something's moving there. Something's moving there. The owner of the Zeus is going to the freight elevator. So is he going to see if it's down, or is he calling the freight elevator to put stuff on it? Well, we are soon going to find out. But still there. It's really hard to see here in third-person mode. Sometimes I wished I had a sniper. Oh, there you go. He is moving boxes. You can see that boxes are being moved here on the freight elevator. That means he has cargo. And that's when we decided to to make our move. Now, we took a gamble here because we didn't know what he had. It could be anything. It could be variable or it could be not variable. But those brand new white and yellow boxes, they could be methane or something quite variable. So I decided to go and kill him and find out what he had. There we go, eradicated! Oh. And yeah, he has been there we go. We never really had a chance to position here. They came as soon as we got here. Yeah, that's also true. That's actually true, right? So let's have a look here at what's available. And those cargo boxes are, well, it's impossible to tell because we are in a private property and the ship is probably locked. So the best way to get those cargo boxes right now is to self-death this Zeus here. Now he's got some really nice armor though that we are going to loot eventually. So let's go on the freight elevator. I think if we go on the freight elevator we can get to see what these are. No, we cannot. So we got the Polaris down, and so at least we're going to get his armor in some of our store boxes. Now we figured out that these boxes were not worth our time because he came here with a contracted mission, and these were hydrogen and methane. Now hydrogen is really worth nothing. It's like 200 alpha UEC per SCU, so that's really nothing. And methane is worth 26 alpha UEC per SCU. So we figured out that we didn't want those boxes in the end, right? We just left them here. Sorry, whoever we killed. Sorry, guys. Sorry that we thought you had something more valuable. Our bad. Our bad. Nevertheless, we tried to put his stuff in the cargo boxes here, those store boxes, and they were bugged. They were bugged. You can see we've got an infinite loading screen. So, well, too bad. In the end, the boys in the Polaris decided to destroy the Zeus as well as the Avenger, because the guy, remember that there's still one guy over there with his Avenger that there's still one guy with his Avenger that hasn't done anything. So he probably knows that we're here by now, and in fact he tried to attack us. So we decided to retaliate and get rid of him and hunt him down by night. Now there's his light here. That's really not smart of him. When you are at night and you're tracked, don't use a light, because obviously it's going to reveal your position. So prepare my gun. There we go. Eradicated. He came here with a noob suit and some pyro pants or pyro armor, leg armor. Now there was a little bug here with the tractor beam. It's Star Citizen, of course there are bugs, right? So I could carry him for quite some time, but then it was just dragged on the floor. So I decided that it was not worth looting here, especially because of those armor. So gonna go here on the rooftop and get a better position here to see whatever is happening, right? But yeah, it's true that we don't get to see very well at night. But the boys in the Polaris, who eventually got back to their position 30 kilometers up in the air, told us that the daytime was eventually coming, so perhaps there would be a little bit more action during the day. Trying to see if there's anything to loot here, any corpses. Sometimes the NPCs kill each other in the Pyro system as well, so this could also be quite an opportunity for looting. No, I don't want to go down. I really hate that, you know, you automatically climb or get down ladders in Star Citizen. This is something that needs to go, in my opinion. So the Polaris is still there, trying to see if we got a nice angle on the freight elevator. Remember, see and not be seen. I gotta say that I have also been killed quite a few times in the Pyro system by people who saw me and that I didn't see. When you go down there, you've got to be smart. People say, "Oh, you're just killing people. They have no chance." And blah blah. It's like, come on, it's the law of the jungle. Yeah, it's a lawless space. That's what it is. It is the law of the strongest. That's what it is. We are in a group. You know, we got 6 people with us. Of course, we are going to kill people who are solo player. They have no chance against a whole group. That's the whole thing. When you see a group and that group is aggressive, run, don't stay. So we've got more shots here at the Golden Riviera. The sun is rising, as you can see. And yeah, it's going to bloom here. I really love those shades of colors. It's really, really nice. So I'm quite happy here with my position. I'm gonna try to not take the ladder. Well, eventually I had to take the ladder because nobody was coming. So we decided to do something else, right? We did a little bit of killing and that was quite useless. So we decided to do something else. We decided to buy drugs. You know, since nobody was buying drugs, there was nobody to rob eventually. So we thought that we wouldn't come here for nothing. So we asked some of the millionaires of the club, the high rollers, Deplorable, Infidel, and Admiral Gruffus. They're the ones who bought the drugs, but they didn't know where to go. So I was trying to guide Deplorable around. It should be out there, but there you go. This is the Pyro system. And it looks like, unfortunately, in the live version of 4.0, you can still fall through planets, and that is super annoying. That's okay. Going to get up here, respawning in the Polaris. That's why you should set your respawn here. And I got white on the pants. I was very surprised. New colors here for our pants. Great. So we found the commodity kiosk right there. And this is what you can buy: Ethan, bioplastic, ultraoxytocin, and the Ostian hides as well. Now, we were going to go for Ethan thanks to my spreadsheet. I figured out that there would be a 35% profit on Ethan if we sold it in the standard system at some of the junkyards. Now, I only had 55,000 of USC, so there was so much I could buy, but looks like security went for us and tried to attack us. This is not a player, guys. This is Handhunter security. You can see that with their armor right here. And they were looking after us because we were aggressive. We were troublemakers here. We killed people who didn't ask for anything. So because we broke the local peace here, we created trouble. They were looking for us. And I love this. This is NPC security at work. This is just a glimpse of what we are going to be seeing eventually when we are going to get rid of armistice zones, right? Of course, in armistice zones, there are going to be way more security. It's going to be way more difficult to just kill people like that because response will be automatic. Here in the Pyro system, they just have very little security, just a few men on the ground to enforce the local rule of the local gang. But that being said, I thought that it was really cool for NPC security to just try to see where we were, find us, and then attack us. I love this. And it's not the only time that we are going to have to deal with local security. If you saw yesterday's video on YouTube, you already know what I'm talking about, right? So, since I was naked for falling through the planet, then I thought that perhaps I should get the armor here of that security. Shadow Rise giving me some light here, much appreciated. And so that is the commodity kiosk right there, and this is where the members of the Riot Club got to buy a little bit of E-Time here. So we decided to split. Deplorable Infidel would spend 540,000 of UEC, and Gruffus would spend 440,000 of UEC, right? For a total of a little bit over 1 million of UEC, and an estimated profit of about 300,000 of UEC. So it's not that much, right? But at least we would not come home empty-handed. That's the thing, right? That's what I like, is that, you know, you may come here, you may have a plan, but there might be alternatives in case, you know, things don't go exactly your way. We were hoping other people would do what we're doing here, right? We were hoping other people would buy that E-Tam, sell it, go to the standard system, right? And of course, once that E-Tam would have been on the freight elevator, we would have seized it. That was our plan, but it did not happen, so we decided to do it ourselves, and that's okay. Now, of course, since we decided to take the E-Time ourselves, that is quite a game changer, because instead of being the hunters now, we are theoretically the hunted. Since now we are the ones who are taking risks, we are the ones who are buying the drugs, people who come here could potentially rob us, take our investment, and make a 100% margin on what they would have stolen from us. So that means that the kill on sight policy still goes. Instead of killing to rob, we are killing to defend ourselves. That's what I love. That's the power. There's the power system, right? That's how the power system was designed. It's lawless. It's the law of the jungle, right? It's the dark forest out there. You don't know what people's intentions are going to be, especially since the chat was broken. So if on top of that, the in-game chat is broken, you really don't know what people are up to. So that's why we decided eventually, anyone who comes is potentially a threat. So they're gonna have to wait for us to be done. Now, Naked Diplo is still buying his stuff here, but I've decided to go into the ship here and take my Hornet Mark II, F7 Mark II, and just patrol the skies. Just in case someone will be coming. Now, that was an excuse. Yeah, I did say I wanted to patrol the skies, but in reality, I just wanted to enjoy the scenery, right? Or I wanted to enjoy the mountains of blooms, the contrasted skies. And if someone came, then yeah, I would be attacking them, right? But so far, so good. So far, nobody is there, and the skies are very clear. We bought the drugs, we bought the ATM, so the crew is loading up the Polaris with whatever we have inside, right? A couple of nice, beautiful lakes as well. Trying not to go that far, right? Just in case someone is coming. But it really is a pleasure. Look at how beautiful this is. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I could fly endlessly. Now, if only there were a couple of more. Oh, look at that. Looks like there's a landed Polaris here that we did not see. Huh. Now, that's really interesting. What if they logged out and then log in and come back, right? So, could be dangerous. Anyway, I'm going back to the Golden Riviera, and so far nothing has been reported, no other ship, so the boys are still loading all of that juice that we bought here. Still pinging and scanning just in case. Going back to the settlement. And eventually, of course, people are going to come. Spoilers, if you're here on Twitch, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. People will come. It's not going to end nicely. It will for us, though, but yeah. So, since I didn't see anybody, I decided to go back in third-person view and have a look at the boarding operation, or the loading operation, I should say. So let's go back to the Polaris, right there. It's still early morning here on Bloom, so that's why luminosity is not that great. There we go. You can see the boxes getting in. This is so cool. It looks like, we're so far away and players are so small. They look like a bunch of ants, carrying stuff and loading their goods. This is really cool. I love this. Sorry guys, you're not ants, of course, but it kind of I have ant invasions at home, so that's why. Anyway, there's the Polaris right there. People are loading more boxes. You can see the freight elevator. There you go. There's the freight elevator right there. So quite a few boxes to load. Actually, we had to get a second round. There were 16 SCU that could not be carried on the first round. So yeah, that's really risky. We're taking quite a risk here because anyone could come here, ram our ship, attack us, and just like this, someone is right there, and no questions asked. It's a C1 here, or an A1, whatever it is, a Spirit series. They had already landed, and just before they left the ship, I decided to attack them. Now, I was a bit confused with the fire mode here. I was like, why am I only using ballistics? I forgot that you had to use the mouse wheel to get the other modes. And look at how quickly I died. Like, this is just insane. Boom. I was just like, I died just like, and I was so surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, I have never died that quickly in a dogfight. And I had no idea how that guy did. Well, it turns out, and this is what the boys of the club said, that that guy in the Spirit series was not the only one who attacked me. Eventually he died, right? Because the boys went into the turrets of the Polaris and they killed him when I was responding, so I did not get to see that. I went for my corpse, and unfortunately my corpse was stuck here inside the carcass of that Hornet, so there was no way I could get that beautiful red armor from earlier. So I guess I'll go back to being naked. Now there's another there was another ship that Zero Crusher got to fly, another F7, and I wanted to see if there was anything in the Spirit, and I got stuck. I think the ship was still locked. I couldn't open that door anymore. So since I was stuck in the ship and I could not open the door, let's see if I can get onto the pilot seat. And I could get on the pilot seat. So let's fly the ship then. I guess we got another patrol craft. Can I start it? Yes, I can. Alright, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go. And let's see if there's anything around. I have heard that there might be another ship coming in. There's definitely a Zeus that was around. Now, there it is, right? There's a Zeus that landed right here. So, we are not going to let that guy steal all drugs. As you can see, all drugs still on the freight elevator here. These are our packages, so you're not taking any of that. And, surprise, I figured out what happened to my Hornet. Now, because I was the attacker, I was the troublemaker, the AA, look at that, the anti-air turrets were the ones that killed my Hornet earlier. And they're the ones that are attacking the ship that I'm flying right here again. So they are enforcing security. There is security in Pyro, as you can see here. If you're the one who's griefing, if you're the one who is attacking others, you will be attacked by security. You will be attacked by the anti-air turrets, right? And not the guys I'm attacking. If they are responding to my attacks, they're considered by the game as being defenders, so they're not the ones who are being targeted. You can see this Zeus here. He's targeting my ship, and the turrets are not doing anything to him because he's just defending himself, which is, you know, fair game. That's fair enough. Now here you can see the C1 is in pretty bad shape, all red. I think that this guy here in the Zeus is going to get a final blow. There we go, soft death. Ah! Gonna try to leave, maybe. But I have nothing to lose because I'm naked anyway. But I'll still try to leave, but no, I couldn't do anything. The ship blew up and exploded when it crashed on the ground. So, looks like it's back into the Polaris. Now, we finished, well, the boys finished loading the Polaris. All the drug is inside. We closed the hangar door, and there were other ships here. This one is another player inside a freelancer. They were saying this is not an NPC. We did not leave this guy a chance. Actually, turned out that the boys were telling us that he attacked us first. So that's really crazy. Why would you attack a Polaris if you're the freelancer? Which could explain why the turrets now are not attacking us, because we were not the attackers here for this freelancer. That freelancer attacked us, so we were just defending ourselves. But that was really cool. Really cool shot here. Good job, guys, in the turrets. Doing a wonderful job defending our ship. And now we're off here. We're leaving Bloom. We've got our drugs in the cargo bay. And it's time to sell it here again at a 35% margin. A big shout out to Deployable Infidel, who is in the chat, by the way, who were able to get the majority of the drugs. He worked hard in the game to make some cash and was able to contribute to the financial success of this operation, right? Maybe he thought we were alone in Polaris. Maybe. It's possible, Harry. It's possible. Because there are a lot of people who fly Polarises alone, right? Yeah, it was fun, and we're going to definitely do that again. Now, we're not going to be able to do that again next week, because next week I'm going on a trip. So not gonna. But in 2 weeks we'll definitely go back to Pyro. By the time I come back from my trip, I will have finished my spreadsheet, so I will know exactly where people buy stuff, where they say stuff. I found another outpost, Shalwas Beach on Pyro 4, which sells a lot of interesting stuff here, and there were lots of people going there, lots of fights. So maybe that's another place where we'll be able to go. I think it's Slam that we can buy there as well. So it's a little bit more lucrative as well. And by the time we get there, we should have more money per player, so the investment is also going to be a little better as well, right? So, back at the jump point. Now, it's interesting that the quantum drive animation did not work when we were in the turrets. So that's why it kind of looks a little bit stalled here. Yeah, the freelancer forgot to scan the Polaris rig. Absolutely. Or maybe they did. Maybe they scanned the Polaris. Maybe they saw all this like, oh wow, it's full of etam. Let's kill the Polaris, right? Maybe he thought he could do something, but we don't know, right? We don't know. Maybe he saw that we had a lot of etam in there. We had a lot of etam. We had over 1 million alpha UEC of etam inside. So that was definitely tempting, I would say. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit more than a freelancer to soft death a Polaris. Anyway, this is another dangerous place in the Pyro system that you are seeing here, the jump point. Jump point from Pyro to Stentum, an ideal place for an ambush, especially since the ships that are there, they don't have any shields, right? They have to wait for the jump point to open, but there are no shields. So anyone, any org, could just wait there and look at ships, look at what they have, and then try to solve them and take whatever is available. Too much direct tactic by the oh yeah, that freelancer was not smart. But yeah, maybe this is something that we are going to be doing one day with the club. Diplo, what do you think? You know, camping the camping the we could do that, where we could blockade the jump point, and anyone who wants to trade from Pyro to Stenton, well, you're gonna have to pay us a tax. We could do that as well, right? And of course, this could make people want to fight as well. This could be a lot of fun. Yeah, right, Raygun. That's also very strange. Me too. I've never been attacked at the jump points. I don't know why people don't do that. This would be like a perfect place. Like if you wanted to ransom people or extract money out of people, you know, that's the perfect place. You got a group there. It's like, you know, you scan the ships before they jump. You know, you scan the ships, see what they have, and you know, you make a calculation. Say, oh, I see you have 1 million alpha UEC of worth of etam here, so you're gonna make a profit of 300,000 alpha UEC. Give us 100,000 or die. You know, they're still gonna make 200,000 profit. Maybe it's too close to the station. I don't think that there are turrets there. I don't think that there are turrets. I think that people can still fight by there, right? Turrets are spicy. Oh yes, they are. They are. Oh, they have comma rays. The stations have comma rays. I did not notice if they have comma. So that could generate a crime scene. Oh, that could be why. That could be why, Parker. The station has a comma ray. I see. Yeah, difficult to commit a crime if you want to go back to the sentence system. I see. That makes sense. Well, back into the jump point right there. Doesn't seem like crime stack keeps you from jumping. No, it doesn't. Not yet, because there's no alternative, right? Like in the future, there are going to be an alternative. You're going to be able to take some hidden jump points, but as of right now, there are no alternatives. Back in the jump point, we're still in the Pyro system. We're going to transition to the standard system. There we go. It's changing colors right there, gradually moving from orange to gray to blue. And here we go in the standard system. Shadow Rise. No, it's Gruff. Shadow Rise didn't want to fly his own Polaris anymore, but thankfully we've got Admiral Gruffus who volunteered to fly his third rate ship, and he's a great captain. You know, it's very important when you are an org. It's very important to have a good captain who knows what they're doing with a big ship, who knows how to manage all the power cycles of the ship. I've flown with Admiral Gruffus many times in big ships. In the past, we used to have OPs with, you know, was flying a Karak or a Hammerhead, and it makes a really big difference when you have a captain who knows what they're doing. Anyway, our next destination is going to be Utopia, Moon of Microtech, and we are going to go to Delvin's Scrapyard. Now, we could have also gone to Brio's Brickyard on Daymar for the same amount of profit, but we decided to go to Utopia because we thought that maybe the location was a bit safer. Remember that we have drugs now. Our ship is laden with illegal contraband that should not be brought to the standard system, and so that could make us a target. And we didn't want that. We didn't want to attract too much attention, so we thought that going to a more low-profile area like Delvin Scrapyard here would perhaps be a good idea. Now, luckily, there's no bad weather so far, because usually Utopia is quite notorious for its bad weather and its storms, but it seems like we came there in the middle of the day, so we got quite lucky here. And it seems like no one is there as well, so we are going to have the whole space for our Polaris. Now, just shooting here at the freight elevator because Admiral Gruffus didn't know where the freight elevator was, so I was pointing with my gun to the freight elevator. There was nobody to shoot yet, so it was just to give the pilot a clue as of where to go. Now, that's perhaps the biggest challenge here when you have a ship as big as the Polaris, is to do a decent landing as close as possible to the freight elevator. Admiral Gruffus here positioning his ship. Well, not his ship, it's Shadow Rise's ship. And here we go. All landed here. Trying to figure out a good camera angle. Remember that I was naked, so that's why I did not help. It was a good fall. Yeah, I mean, could have gone better, right? If we had robbed people, we would have made so much more money. Because the thing is, yeah, we're gonna make 300,000 UEC of profit with the investment that we made. We made a little bit over $1 million UEC, but out of that 300,000 UEC, we have to divide by 6. So that means that we have to pay. It's like it depends, right? So Gruff will have to pay some people 36,000 UEC, and Deplorable Infidel paid some members 41,000. Now, because I was naked and I did not load the ship all the time, I agreed to get only 36,000, right? But some of the other members got 41,000. So that's how we split. So in the end, it wasn't that much, right? Less risk and less rewards in the sense. Yeah, that's true. Pyro has a lot of offer. There was less risk, but I'm not gonna say less reward here, Parker, because according to the spreadsheet that I made, this location here is the place where you can sell for the most money. So it's still high reward. It's the highest. Well, we could have bought the drug at the station. I forgot which one it was. I think it's Gaslight or Rat's Nest. One of those stations in Pyro where the airtime was a little bit cheaper than at the Golden Riviera, but still, Golden Riviera has got some of this cheapest stuff that you can buy. So we bought. That's what we did. We bought low and we're selling high. That's what we're doing here. But it was risky, and still here at this location, it's still risky to sell, because remember that here at the junkyard there is no armistice zone, so anyone can come here, destroy our ship, and take the drugs and sell them for themselves. So that's why, you know, I'm still in the turret. I'm still trying trying to see, you know, if anyone's coming, anyone that we're gonna shoot. And spoiler, people are going to come. But in the meantime, we can see the boys here busy bringing the boxes straight on. Oh no! Oh, that box just fell off the freight elevator. Now this one pretty nicely done here. Now there is a tractor beam in the Polaris that allows us to carry boxes straight from the cargo hangar all the way to the freight elevator. So that's definitely something that's quite practical here. Now the thing is, on a little freight elevator like this, you can only put 120 SCU, so it's really not that much. But nevertheless, it's going to be. First we're gonna have to put it inside, and then there's gonna be 2 more that we're gonna have to put on the freight elevator, right? This one here just hit the ramp. I just love seeing those boxes coming and go, like from when you look from far away. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks cool when you're not the one who is doing it, you know. So I understand why CIG might be quite fond of this type of gameplay. Personally, I don't enjoy unloading and loading that much, but I enjoy watching it. Yeah, and that's why I only get paid 36,000 and not 41,000. There's a couple of more here. Some of the boys were using the ship's tractor beam. Some of the boys were using their own tractor beam. Look at that, those little boxes dancing. Now, gonna have to hurry up a little bit here, because you can see that the wind is starting to build up, and there might be a little storm here. Those storms here on UTP can be pretty bad. Any other boxes coming in? I don't see anything coming out. Oh yeah. More boxes coming out there. Remember, guys, that all of this that you're seeing here, that is the money that we have invested. Oh yeah, there's more. They're going to play Tetris here. Still need to make a nice little cube. Oh, there's another one that fell on the other side. I was trying to get a different camera angle because I was a little bit bored, but it was not easy to get a different camera angle because of all the junk here that was blocking the camera. So sorry about this. I will edit this out on YouTube, of course. I think that Zero Crusher is also going to be flying in the air. We still have one F7 in the ship. And there is someone. There we go. I told you someone else would come, right? A constellation. Yeah, 4.0 has a lot of funky cam collisions in Hangar 2. Yeah, that's right. But we've got a constellation here. Now, that's a problem, because that guy in the constellation could have easily killed the boys on the ground, right? Now, he did not. I think he was just waiting for us to go. But we decided that we would not take any chances. So I was on Discord. I was telling guys, load the hangar, lower the hangar, right? So we had to hurry up and make sure that we were securing the box. You can see the hangar is the freight elevator is going down, right? So we are securing our investment, and then we're making sure that you know, this guy is not taking what we have here. All right, there you go. So the freight elevator is closed, and we are going to, well, let him land. Maybe he's got stuff inside. Why did he come? Is he coming for a mission? Is he coming to sell stuff that he has collected as well? Anyone here has tried the Firebird with a new missile cost? I love flying it, but doing this is rough with that 100. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe doing these kind of missions with a Firebird might not be a good idea. You heard the cost didn't stay that high. Yeah, I didn't check the cost yet. What I know is that the fuel cost in 4.0 is not that high. So that's something that I appreciate. Refilling the, because I did a little bit of mining as well, refilling the mining pods is also quite cheap too. So that's also something that I noticed here. So we've secured most of the boxes, but as you can see, the boys are still putting a couple of more boxes because we still have a couple of SCUs left. It can only carry 120 SCU, but we had a little more here. And once again, all of the SCU is being brought inside. So all of our investment is safe. Yo, Zero Crusher, how are you doing today? We are replaying all of our adventures that we had together with the Red Club. All of that was being replayed. You missed most of it. You missed Deplorable Infidel tripping on his own on the ramp of his own Pisces. So you missed that, but don't worry, Zio. I will put that on YouTube for the whole world to see. I hope so. I'm fine with taking a hit for using a missile boat. Yeah, missile boat. Yeah. I think that the missile boat is more like for PvP, I would say, right? So, eventually, that dude in the constellation decided to land, and we went inside to see what he had. And you know what? He pressed charges for trespassing. So because he pressed charges, we were like, screw this guy. We're gonna kill him anyway. And so we gave orders to Fire to kill here because we didn't want to kill. We just wanted to see what he had inside, and he pressed charges. So because he pressed charges, we decided to make him pay. And we're gonna fire those big guns right there. Ah, you pressed charges. Well, you are going to be eradicated, my good sir. And there you go. Fire, fire. And that constellation is not gonna last that long. There we go. Eradicated. That didn't last very long, right? And so that was pretty much it here. That was our Pyro adventure. We didn't steal anything, but we eradicated quite a few people. That's what we should be expecting when we go to Pyro, and we had a lot of fun as well. And we made a little bit of money as well, so we did not come home empty-handed. Depending on your contributions, people got either 41,000 or 36,000. It's not a lot, but we had a big group, so we had to split that profit between the members of the group, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, that is all for today's video. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere.